Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today is April 23rd, 2026. Thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to be looking at the Valley in Bloom suite again today. We did 2 cards on Monday and Tuesday, and today we're going to bring in the embossing folder and the dies. We'll do a little bit of stamping with the with the sentiment. Yeah. So, yeah. So, let's just see if we can see me here. No, it doesn't look like, not quite. There we go. There we go. Yay. So, beautiful day today. Maybe not so beautiful. It's going to be 26, but it's going to be windy. And we can't have that, right? Yesterday was really nice. And then last night we had a thunderstorm. Like a major thunderstorm, almost like what we get in the summertime. That's how bad it was. Okay, so somebody on my Facebook page made a post that my lilies should not be yellow. But I think they should. I think it's the artist in you that you do what you feel is right inside. But yes, they're white in nature and stuff like that, but I'm sorry, I like to think outside the box. And I did on the first 2 cards. This one here, I think we're going to just keep it as if we picked a bunch of lily of the valleys out of the garden. I do have some in my garden, but they're going to be gone because we're redoing the backyard, and they'll all be gone. And so, if you live in Winnipeg and you like perennials, I do have hostesses. And a bunch of other ones. I don't know. I just plant. When I see something pretty, I just plant it. So, okay. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm just going to flip you around. So, the boys are doing great. The little Charlie there, he jumped the fence like 6 times this morning, and my husband was chasing after him, and he got away on him, and he headed downstairs and was down here, which is too funny. Because they're just little boys, right? Okay, so these are 2 cards that I've made so far. So I did add a little bit of yellow because I think it adds a little bit of depth to it. And I did go into Pinterest, and I'm not the only one that colors the lilies. I've seen some pink ones, I've seen some purple ones, but like I said, it's all in the eyes of the creator, right? Okay, so there's the 2 cards, and then we'll just put them aside. And so this is the embossing folder that we're going to use. All I'm going to use on here is just the happy birthday, because we're going to make a birthday card. I'm going to do some die cutting, so I'm going to cut some of these out, some of the leaves, and this fancy dancy. I might even cut some of those out, just to give it a little bit. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, Sharon. Don't do it. So here we have, and then we have some embellishments also that we're going to use today. So let's just put everything back onto this side. And first things first is I'm going to emboss this piece. This is going to be the piece that's going to be on the top of the card. So this is really big one. And this is 8.5 by 6. So it's huge. And I'm thinking what I might do is I'm going to just basically, I'm going to take it down to the bottom and get mostly the lilies in there. I'm going to run it through my cut and emboss machine, which is sitting right beside me here. I have the bigger one out today. So, yesterday it was just me and the little boys, and oh my gosh, they were just so much fun to watch. Anyway, just so much fun to watch. Okay, so now we emboss that, and look how gorgeous that turned out. Now, if you want to, you could take some ink and run it over the top, but I'm not going to do that. And then I'm going to sit it on a panel of Granny Apple Green. But before I do that, I'm just going to bring in the die. And I am going to, I'm going to cut out a couple of the leaves out of the center of this piece here. I think that's the color I'm going to use for the leaves. So I'm going to try and cut out 3 out of my second panel, on my second layer. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, where's my pick a tool? Yeah, it was quite the storm last night. Holy smokers. It started, I think, about 10:30. And I swear that one of the lightning was really close, because I felt like when the thunder hit, it went right off on top of my head. And there's number 2. So I just love how these are, they're cut in the center, so it does give it a bit of dimension. And we're going to do 3 for luck. And then I'm going to cut out some of the lilies. Looks like I forgot to give myself some white, but I probably thought I was going to use that. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's 3 like that. Put that one over there. This is going to go under here so nobody can see. I'm going to cut out some, I'm going to take this piece right here, and we're going to cut out a couple strips of that. Oops. I have a feeling I should have used my tape on this. There we go, just for that on the bottom. Just grab my scraper. When you have debris on your bottom plate, just take a scraper. I know this is Cricut. It should be back with my Cricut stuff, but you can pick them up at the Dollar Tree for like $1, $2 or whatever. But it saves on actually scraping. Okay, now I need to grab some white. It doesn't look like I have any. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out 3 of these guys. Maybe I'll cut out more. Oh, yes. Woohoo. You guys have any big plans for today? I think we're going to head to Costco. It's Thursday, might be a little bit busier, but if we go in the morning, there's hardly anybody there. And there we go. Okay, so we cut out 3 of the actual lilies. I'm going to put all this to the side and put that. And then I'm going to bring in the lilies back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color their stems. And we're going to do that in, yes, a granny apple green. Because I like that color. It's nice and bright and it's so springy. So we'll just color the stems up to the flower. You just got to be careful of this one right here because it does come into and then we'll just round, and there we go. Look how that's so pretty. Now I didn't color it all the way down. I think I might, because we may just, and we probably end up trimming it back. So I'm going to be doing a class using this bundle in the near future. I'm not too sure the dates yet. We're still working on that. But all my classes are the last Saturday. My in-person classes are the last Saturday of every month at 10 a.m. here in my studio. Or you can join via Zoom. If you live in Canada, I can mail it out to you. And then we get together the last Thursday of every month at 6:30, my time. So I'm Central, because I'm in the center of Canada. So we're Central time on that. So I'm not going to be too fussed about the actual coloring, because if it's variegated, that's okay, because that's how nature is too. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's supposed to be perfect, because we don't live in a perfect world, right? And there we go. There we are. So like I said, I'm not going to color them all the way down. Maybe I will. I will be cutting them, so I won't color them all the way down. Okay, so now we have the lilies all done. We have the leaves. We have some beautiful gold. We have the granny apple green. We have the embossed piece that we're going to adhere onto the granny apple green. Now, because I am going to dimension this, I will just glue around the edges of my embossed piece. Oh, and I just messed up what I said I was going to do. Habit. So we'll just go and the reason why I'm not doing this way is because there's glue there. Okay, so now we have those pieces down. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add this piece. I'm going to put it down near the bottom. And I should have used my tape. No, I don't think yes, I do. Here's my gold. I think what I'll do is I'm going to just put this to the side for now. I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to grab some two-way tape. Actually, no, it's called adhesive sheets. And I'm going to add it to the back side of this piece right here. So now when you take them apart, this is like a waxing. This is where the stickiness is. So you want to just take it and add it to the piece. Now, yesterday at Card Club this month, we are doing a paper napkin, and we use this to adhere the paper napkin, but it gets everywhere. I'm just going to put it onto there. And now we'll just go ahead and run this through. And then just so it, because it'd be easier to adhere on to my project rather than gluing it and then all the glue oozes out everywhere. And you know how much we love that. Okay, so I'm just going to just quickly cut this out. Now, got some holes. There we go. Oh, I just love my Pick a Tool. It works just wonders for me. I have a few of them. I have a case that I take everywhere with me, that because I don't like to remove stuff out of my craft room. So I have a little pouch that I keep my excess in. Okay, so this one here we're going to have to, I'm thinking, poke all the extras out. And just pull that off. Put that on the magnet. And then just pop these guys out. So if you need some adhesive sheets, I would suggest you purchase them before the new catalog is released. Because when the new catalog is released, they are going up in price. I did see that on there. I might have to add some. Okay. Now we're just going to hopefully I can just grab. Yeah, there we go. Just grab it and then just pull, and then it'll all come off and be all sticky. And we are going to add this down near the bottom like that. Oops, there's a. And it sure beats having me putting glue on it, squishing it down to put it into place, and the glue squirts out everywhere. So now these pieces here, you could keep them, put them in a shaker card if you wish. It's entirely up to you, but I'm not going to worry about that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to glue our leaves down. So now we have a pointy end, and like, see how pointed that is, and then we have a more rounded end. We're going to put the more rounded end down near the bottom, and I'm not going to glue everything straight down because I like the flipping up of the leaves, because that gives it a more nature look too. We're just going to glue the bottom portion and just put it right there like that. Oops, right there like that. Now I'm going to do the opposite side. And then we will glue the center one down, just like that. There we go. Now I'm going to take my lilies, and see, I am going to need to trim them down a bit, the tails. Grab my scissors. I'm going to put them all together and trim them so they're all the same length. Maybe we'll just wait I'm going to color them. Because I could just, you know how you can do like a bouquet? And then, okay, so now I'm just going to put them all together. There we go. And then we will, there's my glue gun, is put a little glue there. I'm not going to be too concerned about the glue, because what I'll do is I will tie a bow. There we go. Then I have some white twine. I'm going to bring in my bow maker, and we will make a beautiful little bow. I'm going to do it 2 loops. And then that will be placed right there, like that, with a glue dot. There we are. Put that right there. And so now this is going to, I was going to make this out of that, but I decided to go with the gold. So this is going to be adhered onto here, just like that. And got to use some dimensionals, right? Let's flip that over. So this bundle will be available on May the 5th when the catalog goes live, and I think it's going to be a popular bundle. So if it's on your wish list, I would suggest on the 5th that have that one of your first orders. So we need to add some elements. So I'm going to go with the, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, dear me. We forgot to bring in the sentiment. So I have some basic white here, and I have the happy birthday from the stamp set. So this right here, happy birthday. And we will ink this up. And there we go. Oh, this sort of messed up on the end there. Look how nice and crisp that is. And we will fussy cut. So if you're not a fussy cutter, I apologize. I love to fussy cut. Find it very relaxing, just like I like the color, or I can't really focus when I'm coloring. And oh, look how that's ice. Looks like I smudged that. I did. Okay, so let's try this again. Just put it onto here. There we go. I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes. So very slowly, I'm going to be putting my stuff away. So I don't, gives it a little bit of time to dry. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, probably mentioned yesterday. I saw a demonstrator just cut the side of the embellishments down, which I think saves me, because when I use the flip up part, it always got stuck. Okay, so that's no good. I'm going to put that in the trash. Oh, the trash bin is moved, so it's all landing on the floor. Okay, so now let's just fussy cut this out. I'll try not to touch the sentiment. I'm very roughly going to go around the stamp set. Or what you could do too is that you could turn this upside down and then stamp it, and then trace it, and then just cut up around the actual sentiment. Here, I'll just show you what I mean in a second once I get this out. That's it, of course, if you're unsure of yourself on stamping. I know most of us aren't, but it's the easy way out. Here we go. So I'm just going to just take this and turn it upside down. Oh, this isn't going to work. No, never mind what I said. That's not going to work. Anyhow, so there we have the happy birthday, and I'm going to just add it right there with a, yeah, got it, dimensionals. So what's a card without dimensionals, right? Oh no, I didn't. I thought I added some embellishments, but I was going to, and then I decided we're going to put the sentiment on first, and then there we go. Just want to make sure you see the bow. There we go. Now we're going to bring in some of these gorgeous embellishments, and like I said, I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green. I'm sure that's the colors that are in this. Doesn't say, but it looks like Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, and Basic White are the colors on this one. And then we'll just add one up in this area. Good. Okay, so there is card number 3. And then tomorrow I'm going to go right off, and I'm going to do something completely different with that. But I just love how those like flap. So there we go. So this is a card that we did on Monday. Fairly simple card. This is a card that we did on Tuesday. And this is the one we did today. So one stamp set, 3 totally different looks. And how fun is that? So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or you're interested in my classes, let me know, and we'll get you signed up on my email and keep you up to date on things. Been a little slow lately on different things. A lot of stuff going on in our lives. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the card that we did today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, so talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.